Hey, welcome in everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick. This is CNF Cruise Show or Cruise in Family Cruise Show. Um, we want to say thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure to come and talk to you today. Hopefully, you're here to hear about what happens when your cabin is broken or things inside your cabin are broken. So, before we get to that, our cruise show is all about like our experiences, things that we've done, things that are currently happening, or things we're looking forward to. Um, Anything and everything that's cruise and cruise related. I really love to, I really love to talk ship, and this is my opportunity to talk ship every week. All right, so that's my introduction to me talking ship. Um, some of those are pictures or things I've taken in the past, but now I'm going to set the stage a little bit before I talk about my cabin being broken and what happened. Um, so I just want you to imagine for a minute, if you will. Sorry, 1 minute. Let's take a second and think about your experience of embarkation. Maybe you've never done embarkation before. For those of you that have, you know that the day's kind of a joyous day. Like you get pumped, and maybe you've never done it, and you're like, oh, I don't know what embarkation is going to be all about. So, um, at embarkation, like I'm always ready to get there. Cheryl tells me all the time, oh, Nick, you're going to be up early. That's just the reality. I get up a little bit too early. Um, but we get to the cruise terminal, we get all the way through the security, we get onto the ship. And once they call for rooms being open, we go up to our room. We come and peel back the envelope where the keys are at, or at least on Carnival or Royal, our most recent experiences. And then you bing into the room, get into the room, everything looks awesome. You're like, oh yeah, this is where vacation's gonna happen for the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. And uh, luggage comes, things put away, set up, get all organized, just ready to go for our week. You go about our day, make it to the dining room, uh, and then in the evening we come back, and then all of a sudden you notice something in the cruise in your cabin is not right, is not working, is not okay. So what do you do? Well, more than once we've had this happen, and we've been on a number of cruises. So, but more than once we've had this happen. So what we'll do is we call down to the guest services and we report what's going on immediately so that they can get started on it. Not in a pushy way, like it has to happen right now, just in a way so that we get into the queue because there's a lot going on, especially that first day. Usually, if something is broken in the cabin, you're going to notice it. And the thing that I'm going to be talking about, that I'm setting the stage for, are air conditioning issues. Lots of people, excuse me, lots of people complain about it being too cold in their room. We're the exact opposite. We're always looking for it to be colder. We bring our own fan. We make sure that we have water, ice. We bring a cup. Oh, you can see that. Anyway, we bring a cup. Make sure that we're well hydrated, which helps. Uh, but in this situation, a couple of times now we've had this happen. Um, But what will happen is you make the report, and then an engineer will come to your room. They'll bring in a thermometer, and then they test several different places for the temperature, the inside temperature. Um, there is a set standard um, for minimum, like this is as cold as it is going to get. If it's colder than that, they're just going to leave it for you, even if you're not comfortable, even if it feels like it's not, even if it feels too warm. Um, if you match that, I think it's 73. Anything above or below is 73 degrees, they'll just leave it. Okay. Now, if it's above that, they'll note it and then they'll come back and then take another temperature read a couple hours later. If it's again above that temperature, they're going to go, and there's lots of different parts to an air conditioning system on a cruise ship. I wouldn't know that just by looking at it, but places in the hull, in the ceiling, um, and they do some work. They work through it. They try to fix it, um, and they try to get the blower to come on. They try to bring the temperature down, and like lots of work. So I really appreciate all the hard work that we've seen. Um, People trying to make us more comfortable. Definitely appreciated. But they're going to come in and they're going to try to fix it. So usually they'll get to a point where they say, okay, it should be good. Now, if you feel uncomfortable going forward, it's up to you, up to me to call again. Not in a like 15 minutes later, oh, it's not fixed. You got to give it a little bit of time, a couple hours, maybe after dinner. Um, but if you don't follow up, if I don't follow up, um, your cruise line is going to assume that it was fixed because the work that they did make an improvement, probably. Um, so if that first attempt doesn't work, you need to make sure that you follow up and let them know. Uh, and they'll come back, they'll do the same kind of process, they'll measure the temperature, and then they'll talk about, like if you're in a balcony, they'll talk about, oh, you have to keep the door closed at all times. It shouldn't be propped open, all of those things. And if you are propping it open, um, make sure that you don't, because air conditioning doesn't play well with it. And then also, like if you leave your cabin, make sure that you close the curtains. All of those things help keep the cabin temperature lower. Uh, so those are things that they like on that second attempt that they usually kind of give us to say, hey, we can bring down the temperature a little bit if we get your help. So you'll want to make sure that you're doing that. Um, but they'll continue to fuss with it um, and and work through it. And usually, like a day has probably gone by now. Um, and we got to that second and third and then fourth time. And then finally, Carnival, we were on the Carnival Radiance, the guest services at Carnival Radiance, and the engineer came in and said, the air conditioning unit is broken. It's not meeting the standards of our cruise line. How would you like to be accommodated? Uh, they give you a couple options. One, just living with it. Two, they gave us the option of moving to a different cabin of like, uh, or three, them continuing to try to fix it. So on our last cruise on the Carnival Radiance, we chose option two to move cabins, which um, which sounds like a good idea, but remember at the beginning of this video, I said you unpack, you get all settled. So something to consider if you choose that option and you're already unpacked, you're going to need to pack all of your things and then move them to the new room. So something to consider. For us, it was worth it. For us, it made sense. Like we're still going to be on the cruise for 3 or 4 more days. We're not comfortable here. The other room, they say that the air conditioning is working there. Uh, so we'll move. So just keep that in mind. If something's broken to the point where it's not as satisfactory, they may have more rooms for you to move, but you may have to pack in a short amount of time to that other location. on another cruise. Um, we had the same issue. They came in all of those times, and we chose just to stick it out, which is a bummer if you choose that because basically you're saying, if it's 76 in here, I'm just going to live with it. So make sure that it's something you can live with. You may have to move to a less desirable location. You may have to move, you may have other issues in the new cabin. Um, there, just make sure that you understand that th- they're trying to help you accommodate, but there is some inconvenience on your part, on our part. Um, and the people that were working with us, the guest services, the mechanics, the engineer, like they all were awesome. I'm not complaining about any of them. They did an awesome job. They made us feel comfortable, and they worked with us. So I'm not complaining. I'm trying to help. Like if you're in that situation, to know that you're going to need to continue to just say, hey, it's not to my expectation. Can you please come back and check? It's not to how I wanted it to do. I wanted to do it. I want you to come back in and see if there's something more you can do. And there are different parts to the air conditioning system that they can check and they can recalibrate. So just something to know. But um, I asked this question to you. What would you do? Would you be like, okay, I can live with it, or are you going to be on the move? Um, and I'll say the cabin that we did move to, it was in the same category. We were in a spa cabin. They moved us to a spa balcony cabin, both spa balcony cabins, but it was not in the best, in nearly as good a location as we had before. The first room was right close to the end of the hall. Lots of people don't even like that spot. They like to be further down where it's quieter. Um, but we didn't want to have to walk as far to get to things. So for us, it wasn't as desirable. Something for you to consider, um, and something for you to think about. Like, is it important enough for you to disrupt your cruise? So, um, if you've had this happen to you, I'd love to hear your experiences. What did you do? How did you get along with it? Did it did it ruin your vacation? Those sorts of things. I would love to hear from you. I would say it didn't ruin our vacation in any way, shape, or form. Cheryl and I enjoyed our time. Um, Definitely know that if you are a person that runs warmer, Carnival Radiance, we've been on her 5 times, and had at least 2 times where we felt like the cabin was not cool enough, and Carnival acknowledged that the air conditioning system wasn't working to that ability. So know that some ships out there may run that way, and there are other things that can go wrong with cabins too. Just I would say air conditioning is probably on the lower level, like plumbing, right? Uh, Damage, like there can like electrical issues. There are lots of things that could go wrong in the cabin. Know that they're going to try to work with you, but you have to be out. You have to advocate for yourself. And I've said this a couple of times now in the video. I just want to emphasize that that's really what you should expect. So when the cabin's broken, work with the cruise line. Don't let it affect your experience on your vacation. And they're going to do their very best for you. Okay. So, all right. Um, I'm all the way at the end of my talking point. I appreciate you coming on, watching. Hopefully, you heard something that maybe is new or different for you. Um, I would love to hear your experiences if you've had this happen to you before. What did you do? Leave those in the comments down below. And I want to say, if you did enjoy the video, consider giving it a thumbs up. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you could, it would help me out. And if this is your first time on our channel, you've been here a couple of times, and you enjoyed my presentation style or whatever, um, consider giving us a subscribe. It would help us immensely. And um, our channel is all about cruising, travel, and family stuff. So if you enjoy that stuff, you might enjoy um, getting in and seeing more of what we have. But I want to say thank you so much. You have a super awesome rest of your day. All right.